There's no shortage of aliens in sci-fi, but some are more detailed than others. Fantastic creatures have always been a staple of the science fiction genre. I have traveled far to offer you this gift. What do you seek in return? Help, they're attacking us.
Don't let them grab you.
Watch out for the other one. Some designs are purely fantastical, meant for entertainment value alone. But speculative biology projects aim to change how we view alien life. Enter the Yaitoun Sagas, a massive speculative evolution project by Christian Kline. This project explores an alien species with breathtaking scientific detail. With over 200 pages dedicated to their epic evolutionary journey. We will explore their history, from simple microbes to the stars. This book might be the most detailed alien exploration ever created. Let's dive into the rich history of the fascinating Yaitoun species. Our journey begins billions of years ago on their home planet. The planet is called Yayetu, a world slightly larger than Earth. Yayetu was a pristine world, perfectly suited for the emergence of life. 3 billion years ago, the first single-celled organisms began to develop. These simple life forms thrived near hydrothermal vents deep in the oceans. Over the next several billion years, life on Yayetu evolved slowly. Different eras brought new species, while others were lost to extinctions. Mass extinctions reshaped the biosphere, forcing life to adapt repeatedly. Compared to Earth, life took its time transitioning onto dry land. But eventually, surface-dwelling species emerged to breathe the fresh air. 8 million years ago, a new evolutionary chapter began on Yayetu. A vast rainforest, larger than the United States, covered the land. In this dense forest, the early ancestors of the Yaituans lived. These tree-dwelling omnivores used 6 clawed limbs to navigate branches. The forest biosphere was incredibly rich, filled with diverse plant life. But this stable, idyllic environment was about to change forever. Tectonic shifts and volcanic activity turned the lush forest into desert. Forced to adapt, the proto-Yayetuans took shelter in deep caves. Over millions of years, they evolved into the true Yayetuans. Their body plan was carefully designed, based on real scientific principles. I wanted to design a species that felt scientifically plausible and intelligent. They needed a large brain and hands to manipulate their environment. Every aspect of their anatomy was mapped out in incredible detail. From their unique skeletal structure to their complex respiratory system. Their large skulls accommodated a highly developed, intelligent brain. Their powerful beaks evolved from specialized front teeth for defense. 800,000 years ago, early hunters roamed the planet. Known as the Andigo, they lived a nomadic, tribal lifestyle. They used natural clay face paint to protect against the sun. Their early tools were designed to match their unique anatomy. They crafted specialized spear throwers to aid their short arms. The Andigo persisted for hundreds of thousands of years, successfully. They domesticated local beasts, like the armored platyderms, for hunting. But new groups of Yayetuans would soon rise to dominance. The Hulele people became the planet's first sedentary farmers. Their agricultural lifestyle allowed their population to grow rapidly. They carved beautiful sandstone effigies to honor domesticated animals. Over millennia, various agricultural groups spread across the continents. Eventually, the first complex, large-scale civilizations were born. The Aryan civilization built massive stone structures along the Cestus River. They developed advanced irrigation systems to water their crops. This allowed the empire to produce a massive food surplus. For centuries, the Aryan Empire enjoyed peace and prosperity. But climate shifts eventually caused the Cestus River to dry up. From the ashes of the old empire, new kingdoms arose. The Urgal Empire emerged, building grand cities and palaces. The Urgal people were master navigators and map makers. They established the Kingdom of Uta, a wealthy maritime nation. Uta was composed of independent city-states with rich cultures. Trade flourished, connecting distant regions of the planet. They built lavish bathhouses, decorated with beautiful, stylized murals. Their art reflected a deep, cultural connection to the oceans. I wanted to explore how geography shaped their various cultures. How they wrote, their art, and how they fought wars. One notable historical figure was an artisan named Kenny. Kenny worked in a studio overlooking the beautiful blue sea. She crafted high-end pottery decorated with oceanic motifs. Her designs featured vexisqualian fish, vital to Uta's economy. These creatures were the closest analog to fish on their native planet. But prosperity was cut short by a devastating global plague. The plague was personified as a terrifying god of death. Simultaneously, a massive supervolcano erupted with apocalyptic force. The eruption triggered a long, freezing volcanic winter globally. This cataclysm, nearly extinguished the entire Yayetuan civilization. A grim silence descended over the world for centuries. Trade and communication between continents completely broke down. Yet, survivors in isolated pockets managed to endure. In time, a new era of exploration and discovery began. Industrialization eventually swept across the recovering planet. New technologies brought unprecedented progress and new dangers. Devastating conflicts, known as flash wars, broke out. Advanced gunpowder weaponry made warfare more destructive than ever. Post-war, a cultural emphasis on personal grooming developed. Advertisements encouraged citizens to clean their beaks daily. Incredible engineering feats, like massive bridges, were constructed. These structures connected continents, fostering global unity again. An elderly engineer named Arctur documented this golden age. Arctur designed revolutionary new types of flying machines. His inventions paved the way for planetary flight networks. But a new, world-altering technology was discovered. Scientists successfully unlocked the power of the atom. A dangerous nuclear arms race quickly began between nations. A single mistake triggered a devastating global nuclear war. Life is fragile, and cataclysmic events are almost guaranteed. Decades later, scavengers searched the ruins for supplies. Millions died in the blasts and the subsequent fallout. Humbled by tragedy, the nations formed a world alliance. With peace restored, they took their first steps in space. They landed on their closest moon, marking a giant leap. Centuries later, they launched their first interplanetary colony ship. They established a permanent settlement on the planet Yayetu. Back home, their civilization became highly urbanized. But industrial success brought severe environmental crises. Torrential acid rain and pollution plagued the megacities. Most citizens were forced to spend their lives indoors. Millions volunteered to work in the asteroid mining belts. This program brought vital resources back to their home planet. They began building titanic interstellar engine ships in orbit. These vessels were designed to carry colonizers to distant stars. On the ground, they built massive sequestration towers. These towers worked to remove pollutants from the atmosphere. They launched permanent farming satellites to grow food. This solved the critical food shortages facing the colonies. A young city dweller named Ilso joined the colony program. She prepared to leave her home planet forever. The Titanic engine ships were finally ready for departure. I wanted the characters to feel like ordinary citizens, not heroes. They are lay people, average citizens in a vast universe. The ships warp space-time, traveling faster than light. One ship headed to Agda, a promising new world. Agda was an Earth-sized world, ideal for settlement. But disaster struck when a solar flare hit the colony. The solar flare completely destroyed the colony's power supply. Due to vast distances, help did not arrive for millennia. A response team finally arrived to check on the colony. They found the domes dark, silent, and completely deserted. To their horror, they discovered that all colonizers had perished. They were unable to survive without power on the planet. Back on Yayetu, the planet had recovered from pollution. The air was fresh and clean once again. Following the tragedy, they decided to halt new colonization. They focused instead on developing their existing home system. A new era of prosperity and scientific enlightenment began. They reached new heights in technology and culture. Let's look at the other worlds they successfully settled. Planet Diyeti, located 12 light-years from Yayetu. Diyeti is famous for its stunning canyons and waterfalls. It is a terraformed jewel in their interstellar empire. Diyeti developed a unique and famous culinary tradition. Their dishes were born from early survival limitations. Today, it is a vibrant, bustling world of culture. On the other side of the sector lies Kakheti. Kakheti is a highly populated, technologically oriented world. Yet, Kakheti remains deeply connected to ancient traditions. Their traditional dances tell the story of their struggles. Planet Odd is a more recent, unterraformed settlement. Odd is famous for its colossal space elevator structure. It is so vast, it can be seen from orbit. The elevator transports vital materials up to space. Armored guards patrol the base of the elevator constantly. They are dedicated to keeping this vital structure safe. Even planet Agda was eventually successfully resettled. A thriving new community now lives on the world. A unique religion honoring the original settlers emerged. They use the symbol of a golden sun with rays. Back on Yayetu, archaeologists work to uncover the past. They strive to remember those who came before them. Their history is a long, uneven road of trials. But by learning from past mistakes, they build a better future. The Yaitoun Sagas stand out as a masterpiece of sci-fi. It combines speculative history and science in innovative ways. I wanted to show how speculative biology can interact with culture, and how detailed and cool an alien world can be. The Yaituans are a triumph of alien world building.
We're still cataloging their full range of abilities.
We believe they are capable of incredible feats. There is still so much lore left to explore. It is a rare delight to see such detailed evolution projects. The author hopes this genre will become more popular. I encourage the community to branch out into print media, because it's a very uncommon format for this subgenre. If you find this project interesting, check out the links below. And follow the creator on social media for updates. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. And hit the notification bell to stay updated on new videos. We have many more exciting entries coming up in the archive. Thank you for supporting our channel and our passion projects. We will see you all in the very next video.